once you've got your bounce, I've got my buddy Gabe Herstat, which is a very good wedge coach. And what he teaches is he likes to actually move the upper body forward and then release a little bit. So he'll go move forward, release, and that's a great technique. I have no problem with that. Now, if you don't like that and you want to return that bounce to where you're at without moving forward, and then this way, the reason he does that is because if you stay centered in any kind of right internal rotation of this leg goes in, what happens? Your low point's back here. So you're gonna bump here unless you really hold that handle, and most people aren't doing that, okay? So anytime we get this right knee to go internal, this pelvis drops, spine tilts, shoulders go, low point back behind it, okay? So you're gonna have to be real creative with your handle. So what I'd like to see you understand is that this right leg, a lot of people will go this way. A lot of people will just actually keep it in a straight leg. A lot of players will keep it very back like this, okay? But some players are just like this, and then they can still move the knee in. So if you did Gabe's, you could move and get the knee in. It doesn't affect your pelvis at all. But if you didn't want to move forward or play your ball too far forward, and you still wanted to do a natural shot, you could watch my right leg. It doesn't move. Boom, okay? It doesn't move in like this, and my pelvis doesn't drop, okay? So that's a big deal for you guys to understand that the pelvis gets affected when you start moving that leg in. So you could either do Gabe's way, or you could actually do a more centered way, but just not let that right knee come in, okay? Big technique issue. Make sure you're understanding that. I do a lot of freezers up top. Now, the freezers, what they're doing, as you go up to the top, you're gonna feel everything. You're gonna gather everything up here. You're gonna have a full turn. The main thing is you're looking to get a full turn here. And what I try and do is make sure that as I go, I don't get narrow here, okay? I feel like I maintain this box here, like I have a box up here, and I'm not getting narrow or I'm pulling down. I'm leaving that whole box there as I turn, okay? So I'm keeping that in that position, and my legs are doing the work, okay? So I'll sit there and I'll do a lot of freezers, and I'll feel like I still have the box there, and I leave it in that position up there. Everything stays the same as my legs. So I go up to the top, and I'll do some freezers like that, okay? And that really helps out a lot. You'll also see that as I do this, I'm gonna get my butt more under me, and I'm gonna go up the top, and I'm gonna rotate, and I get my butt back. So what I just did there is I got my butt to clear out. That'll shallow me out even more, okay? But more than anything, this is probably one of my favorite drills, is you go up to the top and shallow it out, okay? How am I shallowing? I'm just leaving my hands up there. So I all of a sudden I feel what's starting the action. It's starting from my midsection to my knees going external and rotated, okay? So I'm midsection and everything's going around, but I'm leaving this geometry right here. Is it really happening? No. As I open up, the chest is gonna go from 90 or more than 90 back to about 45 at this point. But I feel like this is all still 90 here, the whole box, chest, everything, but it's still getting pulled forward, okay? So that's a really good way to shallow it out. What I want to do is get our face square, okay? And square would be, if I'm standing straight up and down, that's square to what? My back line. And then I get into my spine angle, boom. And that's why if you got a driver, I'm much more vertical up here, and my face with the driver looks a lot more open. You notice that? Okay. So as we come in here and I do that same thing, I'm turning. Watch, I'm gonna have a little throw now. I have no throw, and now I'm gonna have a little more power to it. Boom. And now I just actually extended my arms. And when do they extend? Impact into the Y position. This is the Y, 45, okay? That's where they're starting to punch, okay?